Welcome back. The latest episode of KSL's new podcast, Uinta Triangle, is out. And this week, the story focuses on an unexpected discovery at Allsop Lake.
It happened 5 years ago after 5 years after Eric Robinson vanished in the high Uintas, and the search was declared over. KSL's Dave Colley tells us what happened and how.
Got a coat on, got a gun and a knife. You know, what else do you need as a 14-year-old kid?
As a teen, Kelvin Judd thought he was prepared to hunt, but he wasn't prepared to get lost in the Uinta Mountains.
It started getting dark, and I realized I was kind of in trouble.
I got him. See ya? I got him.
A chopper with infrared spotted him in the thick forest.
I ran out there and started waving. And
Kelvin was lucky.
It was a happy reunion that ended well.
That close call didn't deter Kelvin from going back into the mountains.
The Uintas are a big part of my life. They're kind of a part of my identity.
So in 2016, Kelvin and his family went camping at Allsop Lake.
We just angled up from camp, and it's pretty steep. But then as you get, more above the tree line, there's a nice bench up there.
That's when something caught his eye.
There was something that was kind of a light red, not bright red, sun-bleached red, but it was not the red rock. You could tell it was something different. And I looked at it and I said, that looks like a backpack.
Far from any trail.
Why would a backpack be there?
And they soon made an even more stunning discovery.
My brother found a hiking boot. You could just see the bottom of it. And he picked up that hiking boot, and sticking out of the hiking boot was a tibia and a fibula with a hiking sock half torn over it.
Human remains.
We tried to immediately put the pieces together of who is this?
Utah's chief medical examiner says that's always the big question in cases like this.
The identification, I mean, that's like a huge basic thing. Who is this person who died?
State law prohibits the ME from talking about specific cases, but their job, no matter the case, is to collect the remains and figure out the story behind them.
We'll look for circumstantial evidence. Is there a wallet? Is there clothing? Is there anything around that may or may not be related to the remains found?
Kelvin had no way to call the ME from the wilderness, so he did his own investigation, taking a peek inside that sun-faded red backpack.
There was a granola bar in there that expired in 2012. And then on the bottom of that backpack was a wallet. And we thought, well, let's identify this person. To our surprise, Australian driver's license with Eric Robinson's name on it.
Eric Robinson, a man missing since the summer of 2011.
It was almost 5 years to the day.
His wife had come to Utah to search for Eric, but left empty-handed, accepting she may never know what happened to her husband.
There was very little of his physical remains, but his backpack was there intact, and the contents had weathered 5 winters in the Uintas.
Wedged beside a boulder, Eric's gear was not visible from any of the normal paths.
If we had even chosen to go towards the pass a different day, we'd have probably taken a different route. And to see that backpack, you had to be above it.
To Kelvin and his family, the discovery felt meant to be, but it also raised questions.
He's not where he's supposed to be if he was doing the Highline Trail. That's not on the Highline Trail.
Eric's remains explained where he'd been, but not how he got there.
It's one of those questions that still hangs.
His possessions returned to Australia.
One of the things that I found of a huge comfort is, you can't tell now, but that's a photo of me, and I'm imprinted on the wallet here. So I've actually been with him all that time in just a tiny little way.
And also with Eric's things was a key to unlocking the whole mystery.
You can catch up to the story and listen to episodes 1 through 7 of Uinta Triangle for free anywhere you get your podcasts.